So Tudor has released a brand new watch, and this is big news. That's not hot. The majority of the viewers have not subscribed. So guys, what are you doing? Subscribe. Thanks. So the new Tudor Pelagos that has been created in collaboration with Red Bull, everybody's talking about it, and for good reason, because it's quite an interesting design with the red accents, the blue and red accents. It hasn't been done before, and it paves the way for future designs. It kind of shows where Tudor might be headed next. But then there's this one Tudor that's really exciting. I would say much more exciting than the Pelagos, and that is the new chronograph based on 1970s Tudor prints. And the reason why this is even more exciting is because of the new movement. Now, granted that this is not a production piece, Tudor has submitted this design for only watch, meaning that this is one of one. Every watch that a brand submits for only watch, it's kind of a very out of the box, crazy concept piece that we know that the brand will never do anything like that again. But this Tudor is different. It allows us to predict where not only Tudor, but also Rolex might be headed. Because one thing to note is that Tudor will never do anything that will compete with Rolex. Now, keeping that in mind, let's talk about this watch. The question that everybody's having is, if this is truly just that one of one that's been produced for only watch, why has Tudor gone through all of the trouble to give it a new in-house column wheel chronograph movement? And that is the interesting bit. In my opinion, there are three categories of column wheel chronograph movements. The first level is ETA-based column wheel chronographs, which are more or less the entry, the gateway into Swiss-made column wheel chronograph movements. And then you have the higher end on the other side of the spectrum, where brands create in-house column wheel chronographs. Zenith, Patek Philippe. Creating column wheel chronograph is no easy feat. Even today, there aren't that many brands that specialize in creating this type of movement, which is why Breitling sits kind of in between. It's neither entry level nor extremely high end. It's kind of sitting at that sweet spot for brands like Tudor to use their movements. That's why the Tudor Black Bay chronograph, it uses a Breitling caliber. But what Tudor has done with this release is that they have created an in-house, its very own in-house column wheel chronograph movement. So anytime that Tudor says this is an in-house movement, it is made by Canisi. But Canisi never made chronograph movements before until now, until this one. And that is huge. This tells us two things. This tells us that Tudor is no longer relying on Breitling for its chronograph movements. You know, when they said that they are creating this state-of-the-art manufacturing facility, this showcases the extent of how far they're willing to go being independent from other brands. I don't know, I feel like the prices are gonna go up. The second point is that because Rolex will not want Tudor to compete with the Daytona, Rolex is gonna do something different. And we got a hint of that with the new release, the last Daytona, the limited edition, which was insane as Rolex goes. That to me was the most interesting Daytona that I've seen in years. So I don't know. I feel like this is going to be the second chronograph that Tudor offers along with the Black Bay variant, because this is kind of Tudor not just being the Black Bay brand. And I think this is an awesome decision by Tudor to go in this direction. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments. And as always, make sure to hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.